Today we're talking about chronic pain. I'm joined in studio by our resident doctor, Dr. Darren Green, and he's going to tell you what you should do if you suffer from chronic pain. Hello.
Good day, good day.
Good day. Well, I was just on Health 24 recently, and I noticed a lot of users asking questions about chronic pain. They don't know what to do. I mean, these people are living their lives day to day, and they suffer from pain, whether it be headaches, backaches, their feet. It's all over the body. What do you tell people when they come in for chronic pain?
It's a big problem, firstly, and whether your pain originates from muscles, joints, the soft tissue, or whether it originates from other sources, from toothache and headache, it still remains a very challenging topic because people are affected adversely in terms of their mood, in terms of their functioning, etc. Their level of performance at work is influenced dramatically by pain. So all of us obviously need to understand what pain is. Pain obviously is a noxious stimuli. It's something that tells you something's not right. And the purpose of pain certainly is something that we need to adhere to and listen to. So pain is there to tell us that something is not in sync, that some harmony has been disturbed in the body, and we often don't listen to it. It then rambles on, leading to long-term problems that lead to chronic pain syndromes and so forth. So often if you go and dissect and take a decent history from someone that suffers from chronic pain, you'll discover that there are other factors or features that haven't been dealt with adequately previously or way down the line, or they've been dealt with in an incorrect fashion. So chronic pain, the big ones are things like joint pain, for example, where King Arthuritis visits and he stays around. So there's normal pain associated with aging joints, as people have degeneration of the cartilage, the musculoskeletal structures. So whether you have osteoarthritis in the shoulders, elbows or knees, or even the ankles, they become quite debilitated because of pain associated with chronic inflammation in those areas. Inflammation occurs because cartilage is lost and you have bone on bone. Inflammation occurs because your skeleton, the quality of your bone is becoming weaker. It can't house or carry the weight, depending on what your weight is, or the muscle power and the muscle strength as you've got older hasn't been maintained, and you often have atrophy or wasting of the muscle that actually supports the different joint structures. You then go into bad postures, develop then the effects of not conditioning or maintaining the human body in terms of its alignment and also in terms of the structures that keep you mobile. So loss of mobility is one of the most fearful things for anyone that suffers from pain, because it makes you dependent on people. If you can't get up and go to the toilet on your own without falling, tripping, or being assisted off a chair, it's quite a big thing to have to always have someone around to prevent you falling and fracturing your hip, for example. So chronic pain leads to that. It leads to obviously isolation because you don't go and do the things you used to do, getting out, doing activities that allow you to expel energy, to reduce your stress levels, to clear your mind, to socialize, for example, as well. So you can imagine the effects are devastating and quite dire on someone that's not having any success in dealing with it. So you find people with chronic pain start using medication. They'll use one medication for months on end, and depending on which practitioner can supply them with medication, they'll use it, they'll use a dose, they'll get tolerance to that dose and then start upping the dose until they supersede, they go past the recommended daily allowance of those drugs and then develop side effects as complications to becoming addicted to those drugs. A simple one is codeine, which you can get over the counter for in many instances. And luckily for us in South Africa, in our pharmacies, the vigilant guys are now recognizing when people buy codeine, they actually record how much codeine. So any product that contains codeine is now on a central network where you can see someone's buying so many tablets per month, and it can flag when they obviously consuming too much. That leads to things like constipation, and it's one of the pain drugs, for example, that leads to addiction and then has other adverse side effects on the nervous system, on the mood, etc. So too the other opiates like morphine, for example. You can imagine lots of people use more and more until the pain is controlled. And then when that drug's no longer working, they must decide, do I keep taking this drug or do I just add or supplement a second, a third drug? So you find people then use the opiates, they use the codeine, the anti-inflammatory group of drugs, which is highly associated with gastrointestinal irritation. So gastritis, ulcers, from using all those anti-inflammatories repeatedly. So then you end up being treated for the complications of using pain medication. So chronic pain as such is something that needs to be recognized as something that affects body, mind, and obviously your spirit as well. And our approach in dealing with it needs to create realistic expectations with people according to the journey that they've been through as to what we can actually do to intervene, to what level we can impact their lifestyle and quality of life without doing more harm than good.